Imagine a world where fear dictates every action, where hide today, alive tomorrow, is not just a motto, but a way of life. Yet, in this very world, a spark of boundless curiosity ignites, threatening to unravel the carefully woven fabric of safety and tradition. What happens when a single act of kindness, born of an innocent heart, inadvertently unleashes a crisis that could doom an entire community? And what if the legend of a terrifying monster is not merely a tale, but a chilling prophecy waiting to resurface with a shocking twist? Welcome back, cinematic explorers, to a deep dive into The Valley's Secret, a heartwarming yet thrilling adventure that reminds us that true understanding often lies beyond our comfort zones. Today, we're unraveling every hidden detail and emotional turn of this incredible story, from its suspenseful beginnings to its truly unexpected ending. So settle in, because this isn't just a recap, it's a journey into the heart of courage, friendship, and self-discovery. Our story begins in a hidden Puku village, where young Ollie is constantly reminded of their strict motto, hide today, alive tomorrow. His parents, worried about danger, forbid him from venturing off their island home. Ollie, however, possesses an insatiable curiosity that challenges their cautious existence. One evening, Ollie's grandma decides he's old enough to hear the tale, much to his parents' apprehension. She recounts how, long ago, the valley was terrorized by a ferocious wolf. Then came the Zo, magnificent walking orchards, who offered a gift, glowing pods. These magical pods could transform creatures, allowing them to understand each other. But the wolf, bitter and power-hungry, stole a pod, becoming the monstrous Firewolf. The Firewolf attacked the Zo, driving them away and creating a dam, plunging the valley into fear. Grandma concludes that the Firewolf still rules the valley to this very day. Despite the warning, Ollie's curiosity leads him to feed a Javan bird, teaching it to eat piplets. This seemingly innocent act backfires catastrophically, as the Javans multiply and consume all the Puku's piplet supply. With winter approaching, the Pukus face starvation. Ollie blames himself, but then he discovers something extraordinary, a glowing pod. He tries to outsmart a Javan but falls into a deep pit. When his family finds him, they're horrified to hear Ollie's voice coming from a Javan, as the pod transformed him. In a panic, they believe the Javan ate Ollie, sending the village into an uproar. The Javan sisters, Ivy, Violet, and Lily, rescue Ollie, who is now trapped in a Javan's body. Ollie's attempts to explain his predicament only convince them he's concussed, and Ivy insists on taking him to Javan Rock. He struggles with his new body, unable to fly or navigate the world as a Javan. Ivy, ever the bossy leader, tries to teach him Javan ways, even smearing him with dung to mask his scent from predators. While alone, Ollie encounters Boogle, a friendly fish, and asks about the Firewolf. Boogle reveals he's seen pretty glowing pods, confirming the tale is true. Ollie explains he needs a pod to turn back, and Ivy promises to help, but accidentally touches a pod herself. Ivy transforms into a Puku, much to her disgust and Ollie's exasperation. Their frustration boils over into an argument, with Ollie blaming Ivy for everything. Ivy, now a Puku, criticizes the name Puku, deepening their rift. Ollie suspects Ivy knows more about the pods than she lets on, and she reluctantly agrees to follow him. They reunite with Boogle, who is surprised by Ivy's transformation. Boogle reveals that pods are only found on old, dead Zo and there are enough pods for both of you. The next closest Zo is by the Great Waterfall, way beyond the cliffs. Ollie, still a Javan, struggles with his new body's limitations, unable to fly. They encounter a baby wolf, and Ivy's protective instincts clash with Ollie's suspicion. Suddenly, adult wolves appear, forcing Ollie to confront his fear and try to fly. They flee into a root snake den, where vibrations are dangerous. Ivy, remembering Puku abilities, teaches Ollie to see smells, helping him navigate the den. Through careful guidance, Ollie uses his enhanced Puku nose to distinguish between roots and root snakes. As root snakes corner them, Ivy urges Ollie to flap or splat to finally fly. Despite his fear, Ollie takes a leap of faith, trusts himself, and incredibly, he flies. This exhilarating experience marks a turning point, as Ollie embraces his Javan body and its newfound freedom. Ollie thanks Ivy for pushing him, acknowledging her role in his breakthrough. As night falls, Ivy, now a puku, admits to being hungry, and offers Ollie brush root, a Javan staple. She reveals the Javans almost starved after the Zo left, and the brush root kept them alive. Ivy shares her painful past, losing her parents and becoming responsible for her sisters, explaining her bossy nature. She confesses she discovered piplets years ago, and a little puku taught her how to open them, saving her community. The next morning, they find the great waterfall and the Zo with the pods. Boogle arrives and offers to distract the wolves so Ollie and Ivy can get the pods, explaining they're his only friends. Moved, Ollie and Ivy promise to get a pod for Boogle so he can transform too. At the Zo, they discover only one pod remains, reigniting their conflict over who gets it. Ivy explains her community needs it to fatten up for the winter, and claims the piplets. Ollie makes a devastating realization: he was the puku who taught Ivy how to open piplets, meaning her community's survival came at the cost of his. He blames himself for being gullible and naive, leading to his community's imminent starvation. Boogle then reveals his true, terrifying identity by touching the pod and declaring, Firewolf. The smiling fish, Boogle, was the Firewolf all along, trapped in that form by a Zo pod. He transforms Ollie and Ivy into Boogles, revealing the pods transform you into whatever you say before touching them. The Firewolf admits his past, confirming the tale, and his motive, revenge for being an outcast. He aims to burn the valley and rule by fear, boasting about tricking Ollie. He sends his wolf pups after Ivy, who appears to sacrifice herself to save Ollie. A heartbroken Ollie believes Ivy is dead, mourning her as the best friend I ever had. But Ivy reappears, revealing she simply went to get food, further confusing Ollie. Ivy shows Ollie the Javan young, explaining their parents were saved by the piplets he taught her to eat, meaning his act of curiosity wasn't entirely bad. Suddenly, a chilling snow begins to fall, which is actually ash from the Firewolf's reign of terror. The valley is ablaze, prompting the pukus to retreat, but Ivy's sister, Violet, rallies them to help others. Violet delivers a heartfelt speech, acknowledging Ivy's bossy yet caring nature, and rallying the creatures to unite. The creatures work together, leading everyone to Puku Island, the only safe haven. Ollie's dad, still bound by Puku tradition, hesitates to allow outsiders onto their island. Ollie, now embodying the lessons learned, passionately argues that the tale is true and they are stronger together. He convinces his father to open their home, leading the creatures to safety. Ollie, Ivy, and their families confront the Firewolf, with Ollie seeking one more pod to trap him. The Zo, thought to be gone, appear and send one last pod. Ollie uses the pod to transform into a Zo, outsmarting the Firewolf. He declares it our valley, and sacrifices himself by jumping into the water with the Firewolf, trapping him beneath the dam once more. Miraculously, Ollie is saved by the Zo, who reveal their continued existence and their magic pods. The valley is safe, united by courage, empathy, and the understanding that difference can be a source of strength. Ollie's curiosity, once seen as a flaw, ultimately saved his people and forged a lasting peace. What an incredible journey of discovery and transformation, proving that sometimes, breaking the rules is the only way to truly grow. Thank you for watching this detailed recap of The Valley's Secret. If you enjoyed this explanation, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more movie recaps. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite part of Ollie's adventure was, and what other movies you'd like us to explain.